Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. I'm doing a pick a card. I have four cards here. I'm gonna like tilt my laptop down because I'm kind of improvisational, whatever, like that. Um, anyway, Zube here. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. For a pick a card, what you're going to do is intuitively pick one of these four cards that I'm going to show to you. Some people take their time. Whenever I do pick a card readings, I kind of immediately pick one. The whole message may not be for you. That's okay. Parts of it maybe. You can pick more than one. I may not be for you at all. That's okay too. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show these for a few, and then if you need more time to kind of, I don't know, meditate or concentrate or whatever, um, hit pause. There you go. So here we go. This is pile one. This is pile two. This is pile three. And this is pile four. Okie dokie, artichoke. So yeah, if you need more time, just rewind and hit pause. So we're going to start with this card. If this was the card that you chose, let's see, we're going to start off with arrow. Like a little Palo Santo. And again, these will be the energies for this week, which I'm doing this on February 7th. So it'll be like today through roundabout next week. Timeless too. So if you stumble upon it at, at a different time, you're welcome to still, the messages may still pertain. The universe might be showing it to you at a time that you want to see it, or that it'll be meaningful to you or something. I personally am all over the place. All right. We've got first group. All right. I like this. So we have the Eight of Wands. We have the Eight of Wands, we have the Sun, and we have the overarching theme is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Wands. So there's like there could be a lot of communication, a lot of activity. There's a bunch of things up in the air. Nothing has landed yet, but the sky is clear, right? It's about just messages back and forth. You could be messaging with somebody. The Sun is one of the most optimistic cards in the deck. So this is like internal, like how you're feeling. And it can be kind of an expectant, like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen, right? Like nothing has landed. But the Sun is the most optimistic card in the deck. So whatever you kind of have going on, even if it's a bunch of things and you're not sure like what's going to stick, the outcome looks really sunny. It's like, I kind of love how it goes. These haven't landed yet, and it goes directly towards this positive outcome. So there's a little baby on here. So it could be you have like a baby project, or maybe you just like have a bunch of things thrown out there and you really don't know what is gonna grow and what isn't, but the outlook is super good. So this card is the overarching theme. The Eight of Pentacles, it's like, keep working, right? Just keep doing what you're doing. I got chop wood, carry water, which is, you know, like Buddhist. What do we do before enlightenment? Chop wood, carry water. What do we do after enlightenment? Chop wood, carry water. It's like you just keep, he's plugging away. This card indicates a level of accomplishment, right? It's not overly stressed. It's like hitting a stride. So like you're on a roll with something. I kind of I kind of love it with this. These are meme cards and they're just fucking amazing. They're funny. Um, Especially too, you have the fire and like here you have the sun. Like I think shit is about to get lit for you. And like you're not you're not being mean, but you're kind of like, I don't, or maybe you're, maybe like something might just completely go to shit, and and that could be hard, but you had foresight or something like that. And so maybe you have like a backup plan, and that's why none of these have landed yet. I mean, that might not be for all of you, but it could be for somebody. It's like, you know, shit is about to go down. And so you launched a bunch of arrows, and you might even be a little bit like, I don't know though. I bet you could feel it. I feel like this reading, I always feel them. And like this one feels really good, you know, like kind of excited, nervous, excited. I'm going to pull some oracles. Yeah, and it seems like this might have to do with work or finances or a project. Um, maybe, maybe you're plugging away at like a regular job, but you have like this, like a side hustle or something that you're thinking about working on, and it just works out perfectly. Um, oh, oh my goodness. Yeah, co-create. Yeah. You have a fucking secret. You have a secret with the universe. Look at you. Ugh. It's like people might even be thinking like, what are they gonna do? Right. And you're just like, "Mhm, like, check me out, you know, keep it to yourself though. Don't say anything. Because that's amazing. But co-create, it's like there this card is about getting to a point where we understand that we are, the universe is creating with you, right? So it's like this girl is unconcerned. I know the point of the card is to be an asshole, but this is just what I'm getting from it, right? She's not concerned, like, and maybe that's her house, but she's like, she like knows there's another way coming, and it's, and like seeing the blessing or seeing the opportunity in what might look difficult. Um, and if we have a positive outlook, the universe meets our energy. You know what I mean? Like she's not like, oh shit, all my toys, all my, you know, everything is gone. I know it's like a neighbor's house and she's like an evil kid, but stick with me. Um, no, it's almost, it's like I feel like right now you're tempted to have a positive outlook, but that feels silly. Have the positive outlook. Like something good is going to come out of what might seem a weird situation. Tough it out. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like this, like just keep going, keep going, feel positive. You know, if you're like, if you're sitting there and you're like, am I a fucking idiot right now? But like, I feel all right, but like, everything's blowing up around me. Oh, uh, win-win, win-win. Okay, ready? Um, it, it might look like somebody is going to lose. It may look like a situation is going to go down, but there's going to be an opportunity that comes from that. Um, they're both purple. That's your third eye chakra. That's like your knowing. You know shit. You know shit. Okay. I mean, it doesn't, yeah, that Eight of Pentacles is about like keep working, right? So you don't want to just sit back and wait. Keep doing what you're doing. Even if you have something kind of going along on the side, even if what you're doing isn't exactly the main thing you want to be doing, you know what I mean? Heck yeah. Look at the bigger picture. There's a big picture. That's purple too. Um, I got this one too. Two of them came out. Show the world the real you. Okay, ready? So like they came out in this order. Look at the bigger picture. And then the real you is going to emerge from whatever situation you have going on. Um, these, I just got, it's kind of like a quickening this week. Like this week is going to be like a quickening. Uh, uh, into the unknown. Wow. You're going into the unknown. Look, she's blindfolded. She doesn't, she doesn't know where she's going. She's got to feel her way through it. Um, yeah, pull one of these. It- like my heart is racing a little bit. It's a quickening. It's like things are gonna speed up. And it might be kind of scary, like roller coaster scary, right? But hmm, the unexpected, huh? The unexpected is coming. But it's like, it's going to be good. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Yes. Surrender to your inner knowing. This is it. I'm going to pull one more tarot for spiritual advice. Hmm. Two of Swords. The Two of Swords, look, you've got two blindfolded people. It's like you don't have all the facts yet. Okay. Sometimes the Two of Swords is about making a decision, or sometimes feeling like you have to make a decision. Actually, you don't. Sometimes we're like pressuring ourselves to make a decision, and we don't have all the information yet. And it's about just sort of like going blind into a situation like this chick, you know, but knowing that the universe is co-creating with you. You know, look at this egg. It's like something is about to be birthed. Um, but yeah, Two of Swords, overthink. Don't overthink. Don't rush into a decision. Just sit and chill. And the moon in the background is your intuition. Just know what you know. Ah, that's awesome. I don't know. Give me a comment if that resonated with you. And I hope you have a lovely week. Peace. Namaste. What up, group 2? These cards are killing me. So you picked this one. Let's see what we got for you. I'm gonna do some tarot first. Oh, cards are being sticky. You might feel a little stuck. All right. So here we go. For you, this card represents you. The star is about hope. Okay. After kind of having trouble, the it comes after the Tower card. So I don't know, you might have been through a rough patch and things aren't necessarily on the up and up, excuse me, but you are able to find a little bit of hope inside. Okay. So it's still nighttime is kind of the meaning of this card, but like the stars are popped out. um she is she's naked, so I always think of that as feeling really vulnerable, right? So like you might have just kind of been through it and you feel vulnerable. And that's not a bad thing always. Like that's kind of what we take away from the things that we learn, is like another level of humility and vulnerability, right? So she is also pouring water into this little pond and into the earth. So pouring the water into the pond is about nourishing our spiritual life, and then pouring it into the earth is about nourishing our earthly life. So it's important right now to be mindful of like filling your own cup, right? Making sure you're taking care of yourself physically, as well as giving yourself some space to take care of you spiritually. Like, you know, say a prayer or meditate or water a plant, or like whatever you consider spirit, you know, like your higher self. I don't know. um, which is interesting because on the outside, you got the Seven of Wands. So the way that I'm kind of seeing the Seven of Wands in this reading is that you have like some hope right now. You're feeling like, okay, I can do this, I can make it through. And in 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 the interest of doing that, you are creating boundaries around yourself, or you need to if you're not. So, um, you know, the Seven of Wands is about, you might have people trying to like fuck with you or like get in your energy or whatever. Um, don't let them, you know, like you don't have to be an ass about it unless you do. But this is definitely about just standing up for yourself, and setting boundaries and letting people know, like, you know, this is where I end and you begin and all that. But yeah, this is about really standing up for yourself. The on the overarching theme of these cards that I got is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles, the Pentacles are earth energy. So that's like home, finances, our physical body, like our health. But the page is a youthful kind of energy. So you may be getting like, they can sometimes mean messages, but it means like an interest or a little spark um, that might not be real strong just yet. It's like a glimmer, but in it could be maybe moving to a new house or doing a home project, or I would imagine it's some kind of step forward in an area where you've been struggling a little bit. And this might not be like leaping into action or anything, but it sort of goes along with how you might be feeling kind of hopeful. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I was just looking at this. And I mean, that's kind of, it's like, goes with that, like maybe something happened and you're like, what? And you're just expressionless, right? And so on the outside you're kind of like, yeah, no, like I don't have time for you, I don't have time for that, because like you've got this on the inside. But I've kind of, you know, I've kind of been there where it's youthful. I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna be good. This is how I'm kind of feeling that you might be. I'm gonna be good, but like I can't listen to anybody. I can't let anything in because I could be really taken down from like on my way to good to like nah shitty again. You know what I mean? So you're protecting your space as well you should be. Um Another card. What? I'm sorry, I've been having a rough time. Imagine. Yes, imagine. So this is about our imagination, is how we feed our reality. Okay. And that kind of goes to the spiritual nourishment. Use your imagination, visualize, right? Take like 2 minutes out of the day and just sit and like imagine a scenario that you would like to play out. Um, and visualize it. That's the important part. And get to the point, this is law of attraction stuff, get to the point where you are, you really feel in your heart like you're in that vision of your that you would like to see happen. You know, that's what's next. If you're like wondering what's next, it's like imagine. Like I said, it doesn't feel like a big, this feels like everybody kind of step back, not taking a big step towards action this week. But it's more about protecting your energy and protecting your vision. Um, Metamorphosis. You've changed. You're changing. You've changed your perspective. You've changed even a situation, whatever sucked that happened, changed you. Um, but yeah, I mean, metamorphosis, like you are changed and you need time to kind of integrate that change into yourself before you're out like showing it to the world, right? Um, Sharing it with the world. There's just some inner stuff going on. I'm like looking at these uh, wild card. Adventure risk. The first thing I noticed is that this person is underwater, right? I almost said being. I'm just going to share that I almost said being. This being is like halfway underwater, and that makes me think of this card, right? So the water is spirituality. So this adventure and risk is internal, I feel like. Um, all of these cards are all of these tarot cards are just one person in it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be dragging other people in to like influence your shit. Um, but yeah, who knows what could happen? I think that's kind of how you may be feeling right now, is sort of scrambled, and like that's okay. You are adventuring inside. You're finding your voice. I just got that. So we have actually a lot of blue here. And whenever I see like a predominant color, I always think of the chakra. So that's like the throat chakra. Like you're finding your inner voice. And until you can until you do that, it's not appropriate to drag other people in until you feel comfortable with where you stand with yourself, you know. Okay, do a moon card. Nope. So we got, don't let your past hold you back. South node. Yeah, yeah. Your process whatever it is that occurred so that you can integrate the lesson or whatever it is, release any emotions around it, and move forward. Don't let the past hold you back. And the interesting thing is, if we try to stuff the past, it does hold us back. Like it kind of blocks us, you know, even if it's like unconscious blocking. But yeah, don't let the past hold you back by ignoring it or by clinging to it. You want to make sure you don't do either. Um, you might just feel even like a little dumb right now. Like, what just happened? I didn't even do that on purpose. That's what the card said. It was like, what? Um, and until you get to a place where you can be like, I get it. I get it, you know, then you'll know what intention. So that, you know, they're sitting on an egg. There's something here that's about to birth, right? But the owl is on top of the egg. It's almost like you'll be able to know what's inside the egg once you have the wisdom of the lesson acquired. Yeah. There's a maybe you just don't know what the lesson is. Maybe you're like, why did that happen? Um, only you can figure that out. But yeah, there's definitely something here about a lesson. Maybe maybe you're beating yourself up for it, and that's why you're stumbling across this. You're not supposed to beat yourself up for whatever the lesson was. Um, Lord. All right. We got two. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. Um, Certainty and faith also that the universe gives you what you put out, right? So be kind to yourself, be forgiving to yourself, have faith in yourself and the universe. Um, and then when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. be good to you. Okay, be good to you. Wind down. Take care of you. Card is that King of Swords. Um, the King of Swords is about, he cuts out any excess. You know what I mean? Anybody whose opinion you don't need to hear. Um, anything that's trivial, that doesn't matter, don't overwhelm yourself right now. He's just like, nah, you know. um and he's self-contained, not influenced by other people. He's a critical thinker, and I think that's what you really need to do right now. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week. Leave a comment or whatever if that resonated. I really do love hearing that. But yeah, take care. Love you. Peace. Namaste. What up, group 3? This is the card that you chose. And this will be for energies this week, starting today, which is February 7th, until like next Sunday or whatever. Also, the messages could be timeless. So if you're coming across this at another point in time, it may still resonate because there are messages for you. Anyway, let's see what group 3 has for this week. All right. Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay. So you're having quite a week. It's always crazy to me how this happens. I mean, you guys saw me shuffle it, right? So you picked this one, and the brokenhearted card came out. So you are, you may be in some heartbreak at the moment. This is the internal card. So this is kind of how you feel on the inside. On the external, we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so I look at them like this. This is internal, and this is sort of what's going on the outside. You might, it's like me, you might have people offering, the cups are care and concern, emotions, stuff like that. The swords are thinking, mentality, things that are cutting, things, you know, like maybe harsh words and stuff like that. It's communication, but this is the energy of brokenheartedness. And moving towards that is some sort of emotional overture or message or something like that. It could be fairly noticeable because it's very childlike. It's not like a very aggressive move, you know. The overarching theme for the reading is interesting because it's the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is feeling trapped, but again, the swords are our thoughts. So it can be like a victim mentality, almost like you are stuck because you believe you're stuck or you're shutting people out. The story behind the card goes that this girl is loosely bound. So if she were to wriggle free of these, she could remove the blindfold, and then she would, you know, there's an opening in these swords. She believes that she is surrounded by swords, but it's really her own thoughts that are surrounding her and making her feel trapped. Totally no judgment on that because it's a place where we all get to and eventually have to get out of, right? I kind of want to pull a clarifier on this Page of Cups because I'm not sure what that is about. Interesting. Interesting. So I always look at the images, and aside from the card meaning, it's like, how do they play with each other? How are they talking to each other, right? So it's like there's an overture being made, okay? And the response is to hold a sword out. And I'm getting like a get back, or like um almost being harsh in return to somebody's kindness, or attempt to it could even be like a love interest, right? So the way I'm sort of seeing this is, we have the broken heart here, we have the swords, like a lot of swords, um the broken heart, and then the thinking, like the feeling trapped, um and here comes this like innocent um person making like some sort of gesture or overture, and like look at this big ass sword, like, no, you know what, I'm good, thanks, bye, I don't need you. And then like, nobody will help me, nobody loves me, nobody, do you get what I'm saying? I think, oh, I'm sorry if you feel like that, but yeah, that's kind of what that feels like to me. And it's just so like crazy that you pulled out that card. Let me pull out some oracles. Oh goodness. Goodness. I see this. Royal heart. Yeah, it's almost like you were betrayed. Actually, I was gonna say too, like my chest feels kind of heavy. Um, like you've just been betrayed. I'm having a hard time getting like a deep breath, you know. It's almost, I mean, you might even know that you're like keeping people at bay or pushing people away. It's like, you know how sometimes, and then you cry about it. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I doing this? Like, you might even know that you're doing it to yourself. Um, but it's like, you know how sometimes after you're crying really hard, like you're like, it's like that. Um, your commitment is being tested. Maybe you got in a fight. Um, maybe you got in a fight. Okay, so here's another possibility that maybe for not everyone, but for some of you, maybe you got into a fight with a partner or something like that, or into a tiff or an argument. It activated an old trigger. um, Maybe this person was even like innocent to that, but you're having trouble getting over it, and they're trying to make gestures to like reconnect or make up or something like that, and you are just like so in your hurt, like processing something really deep, um, but you are loyal to this person, and but your commitment is being tested, also your commitment to you, um, and your commitment to that person, but just really this card is definitely like trapping yourself, um, is the point of that card. So while it's a natural process and all of that, make sure that you utilize it to grow, and that you realize that anytime you can take the blindfold off and walk away from being trapped in your own thoughts, you know, um, after they've been dealt with. Yeah. Invitation, chances are that's totally like, look at this. Somebody is trying. That's what I'm getting. Somebody is trying. Is this person unhealthy, or are you feeling trapped? You know, or do you feel stuck with somebody? This could go all different kinds of ways that only you can figure out, you know. Um, Choose words carefully. That makes me think of kind of makes me think of this. Okay. It's like, don't pulling out the big sword, even if you think somebody deserves it, might feel good for like a few minutes, but it really doesn't resolve or help anything. Just choose your words carefully. Be reflective, you know. Uh, these guys. Okay. Oh, good. I got a deep breath in. Gentle gardener. Okay. The gentle gardener is about it's about minding your thoughts. I don't know how good you can see this picture, but um wait, I need my glasses. So yeah. So one of these is like the eggs are thoughts, okay? And so what we think is what comes to be. So, I mean, not immediately. It's not like you have to watch your brain consistently, but if you're thinking, if you have negative patterns of thinking, that's what the outcome is going to be. So, like on this egg, it was just a negative thought, and now what was birthed of it is someone who is like a fairy that's sad. These other eggs, it's like there's a whole nest of eggs, you know. So, but this is really about minding your thoughts because whatever thoughts these are no bueno. So you have to plant some good ones. These, and I'm going to get you guys an extra card. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right minded thinking and the energy of love. Yeah, the universe does try to do that. It's like you have to have, I think your faith is also being tested, your faith in yourself. Um, I'm gonna play one more because you guys are going through it. And these are my favorite. They're funny, but they're super cute. Options. As I open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts like you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. Um, that card option. They're really silly and they're really cute. Yes, you may think there's only one way. There are many ways, there are options. Someone is making a gesture towards you. It's up to you to figure out whether you are being overly harsh in your response, um, and choose your words carefully. But you've really got to mind your thoughts and come out of this process. Anyway, enjoy the week. That sounded stupid. Enjoy the week. I hope the week goes okay. Peace. Namaste. What up, group 4? So these are going to be your energies for this week, starting today, which is February 7th, until about next Sunday, when I do a new one. Or it could be timeless. So if you're coming across this, like, maybe there are messages in it for you, feel free to leave a message. I almost said downstairs, down in the comments, because I kind of like to hear how they go. But anyway, you guys picked this one. And here we go. I'm going to start with some tarot. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So we have an internal card. That is the Five of Swords. And then we have an external card, which is the Three of Cups. Okay. Actually, it goes more like that. There we go. So internally, the Five of Swords is conflict. Okay. It could be mental conflict, like being conflicted inwardly. It can mean that there has been a conflict, right? If there is a conflict, this is an energy of like looking back, right? So feeling conflicted um about going back to something or proceeding forward, because the Three of Cups, this is the internal card, this is the external card. The Three of Cups is about supportive friendships, celebrations, being joyful and spirited, and it can be like going to a party, but it's basically a good energy. Okay, so buoyant is what came to me, like fun and freedom. Um, but it's like, see, this guy is kind of, he's the the, the like, it's like I'm stuttering. Hmm. Um, you may be looking back and like the fight's over. Okay, the conflict is over. Whatever has been done is done. But there's this small possibility, and he knows it, that if he turns around, he can make amends and almost maybe get back what was lost. That's pretty specific. It may not resonate with all of you, but some of you might even be considering going back to something. Here's the thing, is the overall energy of the card is the devil. And there's a man and a woman who are, chained, and there's the devil. The devil is like addictions, feeling stuck, being materialistic, um, being kind of, yeah, like stuck in 3D reality. Um, and so it does seem like there's something that this group four may be stuck to, that you're trying to move away from. And over here on the outside is this. But there's that pull, there's this like tug to go back to what was, right? Because even if it was stressful, it's like there's a fear of regret. The devil can also mean that you're in the energy of fear as well, right? Um, Interesting. I'm gonna pull one of these. It's funny. I'm like, interesting. It kind of feels like that. Like, might even be observing yourself in this process. Okay, to be fair, you're trying to take somebody else into consideration, right? Um, Maybe this is like leaving a friendship behind, leaving a relationship behind, feeling compelled to be with someone or in a situation that is no longer serving you, but other people need you. Or that is your perception. It may even be theirs too. It's not your responsibility, firstly. But to be fair, you are trying to weigh things. Let me move to the oracles. That's tough, but that is kind of what this feels like, because the Three of Cups is like moving forward, like onto greater things. The Three of Cups Why am I not able to talk? Some you might even not know what to say, right? You might even be speechless. But the Three of Cups is makes me think too of the Holy Trinity. So it's a pretty spiritual card. So it's almost like you are being called. You know that you need to move forward, that you need to move up and out. And there's just a lot of trouble doing that. Um, it's like you almost can't even tell yourself that, right? Mm, a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. And you got surrender to the divine. Full moon. I feel like this is going to culminate, like this week will kind of culminate, even if you are in this energy. Even if you are kind of reflecting, I just feel like that surrender to the divine, it, a resolution is coming. But we just, this is really tough energy to stay in. I mean, it's not, it's, if you dumb yourself down, but that's really hard. Not dumb, like I'm not saying, but if you like, if you step out of alignment with yourself for the purpose of another person, it's just no good, man. That's no good. Um, serendipity. Yeah. Shit's just gonna start happening, whether you want it to or not. That's going to move you in the right direction. It almost kind of seems like this is inevitable. And it may not particularly be this week, but it's just going to become more and more unavoidable. And I don't say that in a freaky way, like that you have to like do something about it. You might not even have to. Like there are no wands in here, there's no action cards. It could be a process of the situation taking care of itself, or the relationship, or whatever movement. I don't know if I exactly said the word movement, but that's kind of what I mean. Like things are going to move, whether you want them to or not. It's got a hot air balloon in it. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. But yeah, things are going to move along. Just and surrender to the divine, let go or be dragged. Right? I mean, what's going to happen is what's going to happen, and you may not be in as much control as you think you are. That could be. Well, separation. So if we're not talking about a relationship or something, but it does seem like there's an energy of like separating or moving away from something. Like this guy wants to proceed forward, but there's a hemming and hawing. And I think that maybe that hemming and hawing will be resolved over this week. But it does seem like there's going to be a separation. One thing that came in is like, if that message is not necessarily for all of you, maybe needing to separate from an outcome. Maybe you are like fixated on something particular happening. That's kind of like the devil also is trying to be in control. But maybe you just need to separate from the outcome, because spirit's got you, the Holy Trinity. There is this good situation. You may not get there the way that you think you're going to get there. One more of these. Pack your bags. If this like resonates, I love hearing updates. So like, because this is pretty like, yeah, pack your bags. I mean, whatever that means. You don't necessarily have to be going on a trip per se. Like it doesn't, you kind of think of these things in terms of metaphorically as well. You know what I mean? Like maybe your mind is camped in a particular area. It's stuck there. It's like, this is how I'm going to get there. And like maybe your mind finally packs up and moves on to like another route of getting somewhere. But yeah, there's definitely, I mean, movement, separation, pack your bags, surrender to the divine, serendipity. Like, you guys are just, I think you might be like, what is going on? Um, yeah, it's funny how like you guys see me shuffle, but every single pile so far has really gone with like that card. Even though you saw it beforehand, I always think like, well, what if I, pick one of the cards and it has nothing to do with you? But that never happens. So anyway, we're gonna put one more for you. Um, Oneness is my true nature. You're like going somewhere. You really are. Um, I don't know. There's like a big shift coming for this group four. Um, there's a hesitation about it, but I feel like there's a big step that you are being compelled or even like propelled toward, um, whether you want it to or not. Um, yeah, good things to come. These are like really silly cards. They're super cute. I'll read it. There are so many amazing gifts coming my way. I can't see them now because I respect the general convention of not peeking under wrapping paper, but they will show up when the time is just right, and that's when I'll remember how much fun it is to be surprised. Yeah, I think maybe you guys are in this like letting go sort of process before things can move in, and you maybe kind of want things to move in before you let go. And it doesn't work that way energetically because you have to create the space for things to move in. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the week. Feel free to leave a comment down below to let me know if this resonated with you. Love ya. Namaste. Peace.